Alright, after first day of testing out the Garmin Descent G1 Solar, we shot another video the other day just going through the features and comparing it to the Descent MK2 Mark II. Now we've been out testing with it and you can see the compass here is moving up and down all the time. So the G1 Solar, compact, small version of the Mark II, Descent Mark II. It has all the features, all the cool things that you get in the Mark II. It just has a price tag that is about half of the Mark II. Which means you really get a lot of watch for a lot of dive computer for your money. You get all the dive features. We got single tank dive, multi-tank dive, we got CCR, rebreather, the whole shebang. Everything in one watch. We have 3-axis compass, pulse, chargeable. This one is also chargeable via the solar. So the G1 comes in a solar and non-solar version. The solar will charge throughout the day as long as you get enough sunlight, which is a nice feature. Alright, I just jumped inside just to give you a quick walkthrough of all the features of the G1 Solar. Alright, here you have the watch face. If you press out here, you have dive setups as well. You have watch face. You have different setups as well for this. You can't really change anything. You want old time watch, digital watch face. If you want to change anything, you can do this. You have a bunch of data as well. You can customize too. So do you want to? You have seconds up here. Do you want to have date up there in the top right corner up here? Go back, customize. Sure, we'll have seconds. Do you want date up here? How do you want to show the date? Do you want steps throughout the day, altitude meters? Whatever you want, you can really change in this setup phase of the computer, which is a nice feature. There's always this circle up here that kind of interferes a bit if you want this old classic one, but other than that, it has a lot of options in terms of what kind of data you want to show up here. A bunch of different settings as well for this one. You have the full scale. If you press left top, get into this top menu, play music, find your Garmin Pay, stopwatch functions, alarm, pull mode you can put it on as well, turn it off, put battery save on, backlight settings and so on. So tons of options here. I just changed my watch face. Cool. Settings for the dive. So you click in here, single gas. You can alter, change the dive setup, conservation mode, change gas, and well, I'm just gonna dive here today. Change water type as well, and then we have the dive interface. So there's only going down, which is also a setting you can actually change. So this button doesn't work in dive mode, also because it will be pushed a lot of times throughout the dive if you're wearing a big suit. But again, something you can customize. So we have standard, no decompression limits, time, max depth, current depth, time on dive, compass as well, 3-axis compass, working really well on the dive. You can also change the settings if you want to edit conservation mode, if you want to on the dive. Go back, multi-gas, so you can set up different tanks. Again, you click up here, gases. So we have a 32. Oh, we have three tanks in here. Really easy setting it up with push of a few buttons. CCR, gauge mode, apnea, cool add-on as well. Change, and this goes for all of them as well. You can change the backlight settings. Do you want it on all the time as soon as you're in the mode? Do you want it on as soon as you start going down? Does it stop brightness as well? You can change. All of these things are changeable, not just on the apnea, but for the dive modes as well. Silent diving as well is a cool thing. So this vibrates, and instead of a beeping alarm, you can put it on silent, so it just vibrates. Apnea as well, time down, depth, total time, and then cool new feature, we have pulse as well. Cool new feature, you click up here and then you start a stopwatch. So you can time your buddy while he or she's diving down, both for safety but also just for fun. How long did you spend down and so on. Really nice feature. Whenever you're diving down yourself, it will automatically start showing time spent down, and as soon as you come up, it will show the depth you went down to. And on the app, on the Garmin Dive Connect app, you can see a really nice profile. It shows you time down, time spent on the surface, time down again. A really cool, a lot of data. This is also for the dive profile. It will show you a complete dive profile. Apnea hunt, plan a dive on a decompression. Oh, get 21, enter the depth. Let's do a bit less than that. 16 meters, that's a nice one. All right, 46.41. Nice dive, nice feature. Not sure how much I'm going to be using it, but it's possible, and you might be. Tides you can check out as well. And now we're coming down to all the other apps. So navigate, track me, run, bike. Bike, you start out, you get your route on the GPS. You get your speed, max speed, average speed. Everything will really show. This is a complete sports watch as well. So you got all of these cool sports. Swimming as well, open water, pool swim. It will track your laps really well. We got kayaking, supping. It'll measure strokes, distance, time. A lot of cool things. Yoga, and we just keep going down. Oh, let's just show all of them because it continues. There's so many options in this one. So many cool options. Almost too many. That's a quick walkthrough of what the Garmin Descent G1 can do. Basically, you can't really find limits to it. The small screen is one, but to be honest, it's a really clear screen. So if I just go up to the as you can see here, it's really clear as well, really clear underwater. Price point much better than the Garmin Descent Mark II. There's no transmitter, and I think that's the biggest issue I have with it. This one is solar, so it's charged via the solar, and that's a really cool plus as well. You can see down here, battery life is 43% on mine. I haven't charged it in 7 days. The Mark Descent Mark II, the Garmin Descent Mark II, sorry. I would be charging around every 6th day or so, depending on how much I was using it. It's chargeable here. Sorry for the bright green light. So you charge it here. It's similar to this is the Descent Mark II. But this one has been keeping up quite well on battery, around 43%. So depending on, of course, the solar, but on how much sun you get, you can keep this one running really well. The watch itself is compact. We got the Descent here, the Mark II Descent. As you can see, it's quite a lot smaller, both screen versus screens and thickness of it, diameter of it, quite a lot smaller. So with gloves, I do find buttons here a bit difficult to get, but once you start diving, you can get a hold of it. You can change here, going from the compass mode, depending on what you want to see. You can get these buttons. You can switch gases underwater on the Descent if you want. You can switch and add another tank if you want. You can switch the conservation mode in terms of your dive profile. And it is possible, even with dive gloves. We are diving in the cold water now, and it is possible to change it with the gloves on. So a lot of good things to say about the G1 Descent from Garmin. I think my only concern is if the dive screen gets too small, but diving with it now, it's really clear. There's no color option on it when comparing it to Mark II. You got a nice color screen. This one is only two colors, black and white, but the screen itself is really colorful, or really bright. Underwater, it's easy to see the data on it. So even though you have a smaller screen on this one, it doesn't give a smaller reading on it once you are diving. If you want to read more about the Garmin Descent G1 Solar, click the link below. You'll go to their website where we'll keep updating as we dive more with this one. I'm Torben, and this is the Garmin Descent G1 Solar.